players. Round 4, 75 minutes, starts right now.
Okay, and there's the time started. So again, we apparently just crashed out, and I lost the feed, so I'm going to have to rattle through this again. So for those of you who are hearing this for the third time, I apologize. We're here from round 4 of the 2016 X-Wing Regional Championship from your hobby place in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We're looking at Matt Moisan from Odenton, Maryland, who's running Whisper with FCS, VI, and ACD, Inquisitor with PTL, V1 Tidal Auto Thrusters, and an Omicron Group Shuttle with Palpatine on board. Steve is running his list from last week's Stele Open, where he won first placed overall. And he has Zuckuss with Veteran Instincts, K4 Security Droid, Mist Hunter Tidal, Tractor Beam, and 2 contracted scouts with Deadeye extra munitions, R4, and guidance chips, 1 with plasma torpedoes and 1 with proton torpedoes. So everything should be okay on that end. Those of you who got a reset feed, it should clean up for you in just a minute. Matt racing out there with, excuse me, with his Inquisitor. And Steve with a nice conservative little move. This is very similar to the setup we saw several times during the Stele Open, just flipped around. Every time we saw Steve play last week, we saw him on the bottom, on the left side of the board, so we would see this setup coming up from the bottom. But we saw people approach this in different ways, and be curious to see how Matt addresses it. So dials going down from both Steve and Matt. Here goes Matt's shuttle. Turns it in towards those jump masters. Based on what we saw last week, it's as good a tactic as any. Steve stays true to form here. He will pinch in and draw one of these ships into a little sack and try to wipe one of Matt's ships off early. There's a little bump by Steve. No big deal. Here's Matt's Inquisitor. And this is kind of the situation we saw with a few people last week, where he ends up in range of all 3 of these ships pretty quick. Okay, he's easily in range. So Matt's Inquisitor will take a target lock. And an evade from his target lock. And he will focus and evade. Focus, push limit to focus and take stress. So there's Steve's Zuckuss creeping forward. He's also going to go ahead and target lock. And Whisper is going to come around here. And she's going to barrel roll. You're measuring for range. Steve with initiative will fire first with Zuckuss. So Steve's going to go ahead and attack Matt's Inquisitor here. Gives him 4 dice. And he'll focus that for 4 hits. Matt will focus and he'll evade those cleanly. Well, use his evade token. He rolled 3 evades and an eyeball, so he evades that cleanly. This will give, I think, a range 3 shot to Whisper. Looks like only 1 hit, which Zuckuss evades. And that'll let Whisper recloak and acquire target lock. And that is the so 1 shield off of Zuckuss. So that's our first scout. Is it range 3? He's going to fire plasma torpedoes at the Inquisitor. He's going to spend that target lock to re-roll those. It looks like 4 hits. Looks like he evaded that cleanly. I don't see him drawing any cards or moving any tokens. So it looks like that second Jump Master's just out of range. So we should be back to dials. Sorta. Not really. Garrett's running the game. I'm just streaming it.
So the guy in the black jacket?
No, in the gray shirt here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's the TL. I'm just running video.
And why not, right?
Right. There's some hell of a discussion going on at table 1. What we're watching is actually table 2. But there's a huge discussion about an FAQ issue going on at the other table immediately in front of me. Oh, God, thank you. Oh, sick. Awesome. Thank you very much. Those are great. Dave has just given me one of their sweet regionals segmented range rulers. Thank you, Dave. Very, very cool. Very nice. It's a good looking range ruler. Wow, very nice. Very cool. Steve and Matt contemplating their maneuvers here very carefully. It's a pretty key turn here. A lot could hinge on this. It looks like they're just about ready to get to moving. So there's Steve's first jump master. Pretty aggressive move. Get him clear of that second one. What he's going to need here is to be able to focus. It looks like he's rocked him. That's a shame. So I'm sure Steve wanted to get clear of that and be able to focus so he could get torpedoes off. But now he's not going to be firing with that guy, and he's not going to be able to modify defense dice against the shuttle that should be shooting at him momentarily. Looks like Zuckuss is going to be K-turning. It's a nice move. Your heart is not broken. Come on now. It's enough. Matt's still tinkering with Whisper there. Whisper. Well, I don't think it's the end of the world. Just one slightly errant maneuver. I don't think the whole world comes crashing down on that one. So Zuckuss is going to light the Inquisitor up at range 1. All those dice. And he's going to re-roll those 2. 5 hits. My goodness. And only 2 evades. And that kills the Inquisitor. So, wowzers. Zuckuss continuing to deliver the old thumperoo. Man, that was nasty. And there's the target lock. So 3 hits into one of those jump masters. Garrett. The hookup. Dave rolled through. looks like on the... Oh. Man. Oh, so he's going to palp that and evade that. And avoid that. So many sexy target locks on the table. Well, so now the parking that jump master on the rock, not as big a deal. Still gonna have those torpedoes for later, so that's a decent outcome for Steve as he was able to smear Matt's Inquisitor off the map. So let's see what they come up with now. Do you need them back? Do you need these back? Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if there was already math done that this hemmed up. Okay, cool. Well, I'm certainly not. I'm certainly not. Still sorting that out. Sorry guys, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so there's a scout sloop. And there's a scout bank, I think probably looking to force a whisper bump here. And a one bank from Zuckuss. Put him right here. And he does get a bump. So I would imagine. Well, he's gonna. He's bumped into Zuckuss, which keep Zuckuss from firing at him. He'll get to shoot it. He'll get to fire at the other scout, which should. Okay, okay. All right, here we go. So here's Whisper into the leftmost scout. 2 hits. 1 evade. And so he takes 1 shield. Whisper recloaks. And that was a right sloop, so that scout is stressed. Can't fire at Whisper with the torpedoes. So we're going to get a range 1 shot from this guy into Whisper. So it's 3 hits. 3 evades. So Whisper evades that shot cleanly. And it looks like Whisper's evaded those torps cleanly also. Now we're going to get what looks to be a range 2 shot into Zuckuss with his shuttle. It's going to focus for 3. Can't see what that is. And he takes all 3. One's a crit. I didn't see what that was. And that kills Zuckuss. So now we have Whisper and a shuttle against 2 jump masters. No plasma torps on that one. That's correct. Question in chat is no plasma torps. That's correct. The jump master on the right still has 2 proton torpedoes, but the left guy's out of plasmas. There's Whisper's decloak.
Put a 1/1 red and white silver creature token with haste onto the battlefield for each
Alright, so Whisper's going to bump here. And we got a white sloop with a focus. So that should allow Steve to shoot those proton torpedoes into a Whisper that's not going to be able to cloak. And there's the roll he's looking for. Looks like he rolled to evade, so he does take 2 shields. So Whisper's down to 2 hull. There's Matt's shuttle. Looks like he's shooting at the guy with the remaining torpedoes. Guys still sorting out what they want to do here. So Matt rocks the shuttle. So a nice little move and a barrel roll. Trying to see if he can get another block there. And that's going to be a bump. And he does get a little bump there, which suits Matt fine in this case. Now he's checking arc to whisper, see if he's got a shot. Looks like he does not. I always check for obstruction there. His arc wouldn't matter. Just going to burn that target lock. And one hit. He'll Palpatine that for 1 of 8. And Steve blanks on the shot back to the shuttle. A nice conservative little move from Matt's shuttle there. And Steve ends up on a rock there. Going to do his white sloop there. It looks like he did roll up damage for overflying that rock. Whisper focuses up for 3 hits on that jump master there. Steve takes 2 more damage. Looks like he's got a range 2 shot there. I think we're trying to figure out. Okay, so it's just a primary. Guys are back to dials again. Steve and Matt still pondering maneuvers. It's really quieted down in here. Several players have dropped. Players that got off to bad starts have rolled on out of here. Steve's still pondering.
The only bad thing is, it fits.
I think his best option here is to go ahead and right sloop with his lower scout there and tries just go ahead and move his other scout there up near the top of the screen. Just get him out and moved over that, out away from that obstacle. But I'm not sure what the angle is over there. We'll see what he does. Still pondering. Still pondering. Ponderoo. Ponderosa Ranch. All right, here we go. There's Whisper's Decloak. And as expected, a slow, conservative maneuver from this shuttle. Just try and stay out ahead of this jump master. And he's turned back in. And there's a barrel roll from a scout. And there he goes. Nice big maneuver, just getting clear of that. Clear of that obstacle.
Do you really give that to somebody? Having mind, I mean,
And he doesn't roll up any damage. So our maneuver here is a 1 straight. So Whisper is going to lay the wood to this jump master.
it's anger. It's basically, as long as anger is in your graveyard,
Matt looking for a big roll here. Not really getting it. Not terrible though. 3.
all your creatures gain haste for the rest of the game, as long as it's in the graveyard. Yeah,
And Steve only takes 1 damage there.
die in the graveyard. There's also one called Flying. It's flying.
Now he's going to
All creatures I control.
get a range 1 primary into Whisper. 2 hits. Whisper rolls 2 of 8s.
I mean, I'm just sitting back here right now until all that.
So both of those jump masters whiff on Whisper, and we go to another turn. Curious to see if the left sloop will clear Whisper and stay clear of that rock. I think it's clear of the rock. I'm not sure it can clear Whisper, but it looks like it might. So I think left sloops from both would be not a bad idea. But I think Matt will probably go ahead and turn that shuttle in, try and get those guns back into the fight. Anticipating that, so let's see what they do. If Steve does something like that, Matt could do a hard turn and barrel roll and get out of arc of one of those jump masters. But let's see. I mean, as things are now, Whisper has only 1 decloak option to the left. So that sort of pigeonholes Whisper a little bit. Sure, Diet Pepsi would be great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Steve still debating his maneuver here. So the question's about damage. Whisper has no shields. The jump master directly in front of Whisper is... let me go take a look. I'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like the jump master scout on the top has one end haul. Scout on the bottom has no shields remaining. Matt's shuttle has 2 shields left, and Whisper has no shields. And there's the sloop. Thank you, bud. So a hit and a crit. I didn't see what the crit was. And that's correct, you guys. Plasmas are gone. There's 1 proton remaining. And I believe that's on our left jump master over there. Jump master on the right just took a hit and a crit. I'm not sure what they were, what the crit was. Rolls blanks there. 1 hit. Matt debating, and he takes that in the hull. So Whisper has 1 damage in the hull now. And we got a range 3 shot obstructed. And he's going to fire that last set of torpedoes at Whisper. Looks like he does get a good roll. It's 4 hits, and I believe that kills Whisper. So now we're at a more or less healthy shuttle. Against a couple jump masters that have some dings in them, but
I gotta get another copy of Alex Norris.
another hit and a, oh, thank you, bud. Another hit and a crit into the jump master on the left now. The least damage of the 2.
There she have it, dude.
see what the guys are going to do here, but things look a little bleak for Matt. Seems to be only a matter of time until one of these jump masters gets in behind him, and that's sort of all she wrote.
Well, it's a sore spot. It's a sore spot. She received it, told me that she received it. And I go back there, all I find is a box full of bone antlers. So she did not check what came in. We went back and looked at the invoice and it's not on the invoice. So I don't know why. I blame her. Well, I've got the, they probably did, honestly. I've got the $1 books up there. And then we did all of those. But I'm sure they, some of them. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I might have found out one day what happened. The reason we could have caught it early enough, it would have been a big deal.
Okay, all their maneuvers are down. So here's Matt's shuttle, a 1 bank to the right.
We're just going to cover that shirt with Rebel memorabilia.
And he's focused. Steve's first jump master. And the second. Oh, I think they were, what you saw there is they were just talking about what Steve was considering doing and didn't. So he's out of range. So we're going to get a range 2 shot. Pretty sure that's obstructed. And it's 2 hits. And evades it cleanly. They're back to dials again. Oh, that's cool. Sure.
It's a frameable lithograph.
It's neat.
Runaway robot.
You go to St. Charles. I don't know if they have any of those near you. A comic book frame. It's a comic book frame. Perfect.
Oh, okay. So more pondering, more dice pondering. Ponderosa, Ponderooski. Deep in thought. Where are we going? But I have a couple more things for you.
The Abbey is what it does.
All right, so we're winding down here. There's a
I can get it from Westville Abbey.
so this might take a few minutes, but I think once, yeah, Steve's gonna barrel roll over. Get clear of that rock. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to get back around clear of the mustache. Yeah, so you might want to go ahead and push that forward. There we go.
What do you mean it's closed?
Can't have both. What are you talking about? All of the
So there's a roll to the right. Out of range. So we're going to get a range 2 shot from this guy over here. And he rolls blanks. My goodness. Steve's red dice are killing me.
You now have less than 15 minutes left in this round. X-Wing players, less than 15 minutes left of the current round.
So we're down to 15 minutes.
I'm turning your computers off if I face another freaking decimator. 3 straight rounds, decimator with Vader.
So Steve's ramping up his decision on his last dial there. And we'll push through to the end of our 4th round game. He's going to roll him back. He's going to focus. Now, I don't know what our damage situation is on that. I got 2 hits that time. Maybe a hit and a crit, even.
You got your all-time favorite.
No, it was a hit and an eyeball. So 1 hit gets through. He's debating whether to Palpatine it. Nope. But he's still got shields remaining, so he's going to range 3 primary. Man, oh man, 2 more blanks. he's going to Palpatine that into a crit. So 2 hits and a crit. That last crit on Steve's Jump Master was a weapons failure crit. No, I'm doing it now. It's just kind of not much going on at this point. The game's winding down. Alright, so Matt pondering his maneuver here. Oh, come on. Can't have that. I mean, I think it was clear. You can't be shoving around rocks like that. Alright, so, you know, this guy's only got one primary attack die. But he's not being shot at anymore. So if Steve can weather this, he's got a few rounds to go. He's going to one turn. See here where we get to the... He's going to roll to the left. But this is where... He was curious that last one he decided to roll forward, when if he'd rolled back it would have made this a tighter maneuver here. I thought he had a weapons failure crit. Maybe that was the shuttle. There's a couple blanks. It looks like a range 2 shot from one hit. Rolls one eyeball and leaves it. Looks like he's out of arc.
It's like everyone skips their
Palpatine has 2 into the
Okay.
closer to the bottom of the screen is the 1 and 1.
Okay. Boy, oh boy, the end game to this one. Man, oh man, wrap it up. I need one of those wrap it up lights. So here goes Matt's shuttle with the one bank. Not a whole lot he can do here. And there's a two bank. And he must have a critical effect. He's trying to roll away. And he does. He clears it. Whatever one he just cleared, I'm not sure. Cleared this weapons failure crit, so he has a range one shot. And he spins his target lock, rolls 3 hits. And Palpatine rolls an eyeball, and that's the game. So Steve defeats Matt Moisan in round 4. And we're just about up to time, so we'll be back here with round 5 in just a few minutes. So come back, check us out here in a little bit.